Bobat's dream of playing at the 1971 Junior Wimbledon Grand Slam was snatched away from him just weeks before the event. A dream of a lifetime quickly turned into a horror scenario when Bobat's race appeared to play a part in his exclusion from the tournament. Bobat is now seeking answers from Wimbledon custodians, as eNCA Siphokazi Malinga reports.
Making it to Wimbledon back in 1971 for a person of color was a victory in itself. However, for Hoosen Bobat, the experience will forever haunt him after he was excluded from the championships on racial grounds, according to him.
First acknowledgement that yes, it did happen. Also, one of the interviews that we had asked, well, it's an alleged incident, like Wimbledon or ITF would say, oh, it didn't happen. How come nobody knew? But the onus is not on us to prove anything. It's been documented even in 1971, our local newspapers. Our then tennis president of Natal was Mr. Ibrahim Osman. In his book, it's well documented. So it's all there.
An 18-year-old Bobat's name was withdrawn from the Junior Wimbledon draw following the intervention of South Africa's all-white tennis authorities back then. Emails have been sent to the Wimbledon authorities calling for them to acknowledge the injustice Bobat says he suffered.
For me, it was a major disappointment. So, my thing with Wimbledon, I now have more questions than answers in that ILTF, following our meeting at the head office where he told me that you will be removed from the draw. My question is, did the ILTF have a committee meeting? Was there minutes of the meeting? On what grounds was I excluded? Then, for All England Tennis Club to answer, they had accepted me on the criteria of for which Junior Wimbledon applicable to me at that time. Why did they accept the All England Club? Did they look at that closely? Did they say, but hang on, he's met all the criteria. What are you taking him out of the draw for?
Bobat has seen positive changes at Wimbledon and the world of tennis, with the likes of Arthur Ashe and the Williams sisters helping to transform the landscape. But there's a lot that still needs to be done to make the tennis courts more inclusive locally.
Sadly, South African tennis, and we see, because, I was involved in coaching here for our non-racial tennis body. After the unification post-1994, things happened which marginalized us again, in that suddenly I wasn't black enough, or my colored colleagues weren't black enough, and there is less tennis being played in schools and communities amongst our blacks now than before. Something is not right.
Bobat believes an appearance at Junior Wimbledon in 1971 would have changed his life and inspired other players from underprivileged backgrounds. The former player is still waiting for the All England Lawn Tennis Club, which runs Wimbledon, to acknowledge his 1971 exclusion. Siphokazi Malinga, Durban.